It's bourbonblog.com. It's one of our favorite times of the year. The Boss Hog has been released. We're tasting it with WhistlePig Chief Blender Meghan Ireland joining me live from Vermont. This is the Feather and Flame. This is 12. This is 12 of these. Congratulations. Congratulations on this, Meghan.
Thank you. And thanks so much for having me on.
Absolutely. This is, it's always so delicious. I'm just looking back on all the ones that have been done. I was looking at the list, just remembering that very first one. And you've been working on them since like number 5, has it been? 5,
yeah. 6? Yeah. So Boss Hog 5 was my first time, or my first Boss Hog here with WhistlePig. And then Boss Hog 7 was the first one that I was kind of like in charge of.
Of that wonderful Magellan's Atlantic, which I think was like right around the pandemic. I remember tasting that with you.
Yeah, yep, exactly. Right in that area, or right in that range.
That one was so layered. And when we go back, there's so many things we love about all these: the layering, the flavors. Tell us what your 3 principles of. There's 3, right? Are there 3 principles of Boss Hog?
So 5.
5. Okay. 5 all these numbers, I almost forgot.
We really mix it up with them. It has to be single barrel. It has to be bottled up proof. Has to be distinctly unique. It has to be complex, and it has to be stupendous. So those are the 5 promises every year.
Is there a stupendous rating? How do you measure stupendous? How does that feel?
There's always that one's always a little arbitrary, right?
Is stupendous something you've never done? The single barrel, the barrel strength, and unique. Really first evers in the whole world of whiskey. This is the very first ever whiskey in the world that is cacao pulque finished. Barrel time. Amazing. Like, no one had thought to do that before. Really, I don't know.
Weird that wasn't on anyone's fresh radars.
How did this come about? I mean, how did this is really interesting. I love this.
Yeah, so for us, for 12, it started with the cacao. It started with the chocolate. Kind of like really always loving that pair of whiskey and some dark chocolate, and how can we bring that out, and what other flavor profiles can we look at? We ended up at the chili chocolate, the Aztec chili chocolate drink. But then we wanted to kind of like step it up from there and add one more layer, right? You do want it to be complex. It has to be totally different than anything you've had before. So we added in a pulque as well. So this is a pulque curado, which basically means a cured pulque. So the pulque is flavored with the cacao nibs and 3 different types of chili peppers to bring those flavors together to create our finishing barrel.
So how do you're getting peppers, you're getting all kinds of notes on this. I mean, you're really saying, hey, we want this to be cacao. And by the way, cheers. Here, we'll both have a sip. Cheers, Meghan. This is so interesting. This is one, and I had a few sips already, but this is one that I got the chocolate and spice, the cacao.
Yes.
Peppers, the spice, but until you really start tasting this, it takes a little time for that spice to sink in. I mean, I've had some whiskey, some cocktails that have had some pepper infusion. Of course, it's nothing like what you think about. Maybe if you're a margarita fan, you've had like a jalapeno margarita, chilies, but this goes so much deeper. Obviously, this is first of all, such an incredible and seriously aged whiskey. What age is this whiskey that you started with?
So this is 13-year-old.
13-year-old rye. So such a rare rye to start with. Tell us the story of how you layer this and what you did.
So pulque, not super popular here in the U.S. by any means. Really hasn't left Mexico a lot, and that's because traditionally it goes bad very quickly. So pulque is a like beer level-ish drink down in Mexico, created from agave sap. So we made our own version of that up here in Vermont, and then cured it with both cacao nibs and those chili peppers. That cacao, or that pulque, then went into a finishing barrel for about 2 weeks time to really allow it to soak into the wood and get all those flavors that we want to get into that barrel. And then took the pulque out and put in our straight rye to take some of those flavors back out of that wood. So that was kind of short and quick part of the process for sure. But how we kind of got those flavors. And like you said, it's not an overpowering spice. We're trying to balance that sweet and spicy, those kind of like cacao nib, that chocolate flavor with that little bit of spice from the peppers in the background. Like for me, the spice just hits different. I always get it like kind of on the outside of my palate. So different spice than the traditional rye spice, right? Definitely that pepper spice. But I think it ended up being a really nice balance between those two things.
And with pulque, you can make different flavors of pulque. They do that in Mexico. Some in, as we were saying, Southern California, Texas. You may see it even in Vermont. There are folks that occasionally will make pulque, different flavors, pineapple. I've seen mango. It's that
I had
like
strawberries when I was coconut. Yeah, so all sorts of
But it's that ancient beverage that used to be reserved only for nobility, and then every 4 years they would let everyone try it, and then it's taking off. It's taking off. Obviously, it's always been hot in Mexico, taking off here, but you're getting that agave, you're getting that cacao. Then the peppers come into place, the chiltepin, the guajillo, the pasilla, all three of those peppers. These are some spicy peppers. I'm guessing that were there some versions of this? You got some on your hands. You were mixing it around. Some heat happened in the process.
Definitely took us a little while to get to that perfect balance. For sure, some samples I had up here in the lab in Vermont where I was crying. I was like, this isn't gonna work.
You were actually getting tears just going.
Sinuses cleared out. We, super spicy levels for sure that can come out of these peppers. So finding that balance, right? Big part of this project this year.
Do you usually like spicy food, spicy peppers yourself?
I do decent with spicy food. I'm from Buffalo, so like buffalo wings. Like I do okay with spice, but I'm not like aggressive on the spice side.
Right.
But yeah. Medium level.
They're good to warm you up in Vermont, and so you made really the pulque cacao pepper infused pulque first, and then you season the barrels with that, or was it separately, or how did it look?
No, so all together. So it's one finishing barrel using that flavored pulque, pulque curado. So
beautiful.
So that went into the barrel for about two weeks.
You actually put that pulque into the barrel. When you season a barrel with this, these are good sized barrels. Are you filling it all the way up? Is it partially? What does that look like?
Yeah, for us, we fill them all the way up. That allows us to do it relatively quickly, right? Some people will do like halfway and you can roll the barrels around to get that flavor in their wood. We've just found like it works best and quickest if you fill the barrel up all the way. So it's what we tend to do here. So full 53 gallons for sure. So we got some pulque left over from this project now.
You're sipping on the pulque. Everybody's enjoying that pulque. And then you have the 13-year-old rye. You're putting it in this barrel that you've emptied the pulque out. You can smell it. You're probably feeling that pepper as you're putting your face in the barrel, sniffing it, right?
Yeah, definitely getting that heat for sure. Yes.
What happens next then?
So then we take that 13-year-old, so take that pulque out and put the 13-year-old rye into those barrels. It was about a 3-week finish on this. Can change a little slightly to barrel as we're trying to make sure we're hitting the flavor profile, but in that range. And let it take up those flavors from the barrel.
So beautiful, so layered. Spice. It's like spice, sweet. It's when you think about a rye, what do we love about a rye anyway? We love the sweetness. We love the earth. We love the spice. It's reflect, and sometimes cacao notes happen from
get some chocolate for sure.
Chocolate notes, almost this. When I was tasting it last night, when I was just like so excited to try this, I got some butter notes, some like really buttery, creamy.
Yeah, and that's
notes that so you're really doing a lot on top of a rye. Do you taste this every day or every couple of days for a few weeks? How do you know when it's ready? What are you looking for?
yeah. So we do one barrel to start to try and get
Okay.
that sweet spot, right? So
You want to just make sure you get one barrel right.
we're gonna do it with
That's
one barrel
always good.
before we go into mass production. And that first barrel we are testing along the way pretty consistently, especially as you get close, right? And we normally like purposefully let it over finish, right? To be able to figure out where that sweet spot is and make sure that we know when you're going too far and what flavors will start to pop up when we
So
go
you
too
know
far.
where it is, but you let it over finish. That way you know it's too far.
We know where that balance is. Yeah.
Right. So 3 weeks was about the sweet spot. You did this. The one I have, I know you're doing barrel. These are all single barrels. They're from 104.8 to about 108 something. One I'm holding is barrel number 3. How many total barrels do you do?
Early in the process, number 3.
Yeah.
130 this year.
You did 130 barrels, and they range from like 104.8 to around 108.9, 108, something around there.
Yeah.
So 130 barrels done. Wow. But there's not like, and it's again, not, are they full barrels? Are they full because the 13, well, do you fill them up all the way then?
Yeah. So they're pretty full. You're getting 200-ish bottles per barrel, probably, plus or minus, depending on.
Still a very limited release from WhistlePig.
Sure.
You really got to look for this and find it. And again, we always like to talk about this. Always changes. Who's on top?
I know, our little pig on top there. Yeah, part of what makes this bottle so collectible, and our marketing team does an amazing job with the packaging behind Boss Hog every single year. So this year's pewter pig topper is the feathered pig, right, based off the Aztec god, and he's holding in his hands there the little chili peppers and
the chili peppers.
And then the other hand's got the whisk in it for the chocolate. So
these are beautiful pewter toppers that they originate not too far away from you, right?
Yeah, it's like 15 miles down the road. So it's super cool to be able to use like a local place here. They help us design it every single year, and we're able to kind of go and be a part of the process. So Danforth Pewter is the name of it. Really cool company to work with, and they're make these awesome toppers for us every year.
We've been lucky enough to go to Danforth there with our friends at WhistlePig. They do a wonderful job, and it's just so cool that you're continuing to really encompass both Vermont, the region, but you're traveling across the world. Last year it was India, which was another beverage flavored inspired, right? There's kind of this theme the last couple of years that's been
I've started to really enjoy that part of it. Kind of being able to show off like another culture's beverage or history through a beverage, right? So this is kind of the third time we've done that now with the pulque, last year with the tandi, and then Boss Hog XII, we did tempura out of Greece. So I think it's kind of cool to discover these like local beverages that haven't really left their country of origin a ton, and be able to shine a light on some of those flavors and some of those drinks from all around the world.
It just continues to grow, the evolution of this. You've been again involved since the 5th one. You've been at it for so long. You're so talented. What's it mean for you to see this evolve?
It's a ton of fun. I mean, it's our biggest innovation every year. The ideas that come out of the Boss Hog sessions are some of my favorite, and it's what keeps things interesting and fun around here. This time of year we call Boss Hog season, right? It's our biggest, but also like our most fun time of year to be able to show off what we're doing here at the farm, how we're pushing boundaries with our innovation. Kind of showcase the versatility and the flavors that rye whiskey can have.
Yeah, I love what you all have been doing for so many years with Boss Hog. In fact, I was just thinking back to many years ago, seeing Dave Pickerel coming in at an event at Tales of the Cocktail dressed up like the original Boss Hog from Dukes of Hazzard. I was
Boss Hog, yeah.
He dressed up like Boss Hog, Dukes of Hazzard. We've had so much fun over the years with you all. And hey, the more I'm sipping this now, I mean, first few sips, it's like, okay, I get it, sweet spice. But this is one, unlike, I wouldn't just say just Boss Hogs, but just beverages, alcoholic beverages in general. the spice builds. The more you sip this, the more it
Yeah, it
gets on your
opens up.
palate. I mean, there must have really been some real balance here on
Yeah,
how much spice, how do we, because I can
really that
imagine some of the samples, just like you were saying, really were intense.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a large part of this project was figuring out that balance, right? I mean, that's the same thing. I think when you have a chili chocolate, like you can buy those chili chocolate bars and stuff, right? There's a balance between that sweet and spice that you really got to focus on and make sure you're hitting.
Mm.
And watching out to see how it opens too from our side, right? Like over time, as that spice grows, we still don't want it to ever become like way overpowering, right?
Can't
It still
become the
has
whole
to be that
thing.
balance over.
It's
Yeah,
about the balance. A great whiskey is well balanced, and cacao, the rye, the older ryes. You've done this here. Obviously, you can't tell us what you're working on for next year, but are we? Do you think we might be going someplace different? Is it another, maybe
for sure.
jump into a new place?
Yeah, definitely, definitely new location every year for this for the Boss Hog. So excited to continue to do that. But I think what you're hinting at is our new location here in the U.S.
Well, I mean, I mean, the Boss Hog is going to be probably reflecting a new location, and I should say, you're probably already working on the new Boss Hog right now, aren't you?
Oh yeah, always. Yes,
And
always.
we're excited about that. But we should say, there is a whole new location. There's something that's never been done, and we love Kentucky distilleries, and of course, so many behind me, including some Boss Hog, well, other Boss Hogs, WhistlePig behind me. But we love Kentucky. We love all the Kentucky bourbons and ryes and whiskeys, but never been done in Kentucky before. This is the first ever permanent showcase location destination that a distillery from another state has ever brought to the
So
wonderful state of Kentucky. What are you doing?
so we're really excited to be opening our vault. So we have a Bank of Louisville, one of a very old historic bank that we are opening up as a tasting room and experience in downtown Louisville. So we'll be part of the Urban Bourbon Trail down there. Super excited for it. It's opening really soon. So cannot wait for that to happen and to be able to have kind of like another touch point with our consumers. I love it up here in Vermont. That being said, it is not the easiest place to get to, and we're well aware of that. So it'll be great to be able to connect with some of our consumers a little bit more down in Kentucky and to be able to share these experiences, allow them to taste the Boss Hogs, really understand the journey of the Boss Hogs along with all of our other SKUs, and just really kind of learn more about our brand in general down there. So super excited for that.
We're excited to have you in Kentucky. So many folks that aren't able to maybe, and you should, if you can, get up to Vermont, but if you can't, and you're from the region or you're from the South, go to the new distiller or the new location, the new vault in Kentucky. We don't have an official opening date yet. It is going to be soon, we'll say, but what can we be expecting as we walk into that vault? What are we going to be expecting? Visually, what can you tell us? What are we seeing?
Yeah, so it all kind of focuses into the back of the bank where we do have a giant vault, those classic big round steel doors, right? That opens up to hold, for us, it will hold some of our higher end marks like our Boss Hogs and our single malts, but also full bar there. So you can come in. We got some really cool drinks that our bartenders have been working on down there, including the bank shot, which is you use like the old pneumatic system to deliver the shot. So super excited.
What do you mean the old pneumatics? What does that mean?
Like when you go to like a drive-through bank teller and you like put in the canister with your check or whatever in the tube.
Oh, right.
Those old tubes.
Okay. They're actually going to deliver the drink to you that way, or the shot.
We'll go. The drink, the cocktail will go through.
The cocktail will go through the tubes and come into your glass.
It'll go through the tube in a shaker, so the shaker like fits into the tube and then goes through. So that'll be cool experience. And we'll be able to like wax dip your own piggy banks. So super excited for a couple different experiences while you're there.
Like those piggy banks we see that you can get in the stores.
the pig-shaped bottles yet, for sure.
You'll have some single barrels there, some unique offerings that are probably going to be like Louisville only offerings.
Correct. Yeah, a couple exclusive bottles that you're only going to be able to get and find in the
That'll-
Louisville facility. So.
And you're really going to take people to Vermont without actually taking them to Vermont. They'll do it visually there.
Yeah, that's the goal. So yeah, really excited to touch base with some more consumers and get some more visibility from that standpoint, right? Tons of people go to Louisville with the purpose of seeing distilleries and being able to drink whiskey. So excited to be a part of that.
And it's all happening soon. Be watching bourbonblog.com for more updates. Be watching WhistlePig's social media. It's all at the old Bank Shot Billiards on West Market Street. If you ever went there, I went there years ago. Great place. You're transforming it. We're so excited to have you there. Of course, we love everything about visiting in Vermont. And we're just so happy to be celebrating a 12th Boss Hog with, I'm sure, so much more ahead from the Boss Hog series and from WhistlePig. Thanks so much, Meghan, for being with us. I'm looking forward to raising a toast with you soon.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much, Meghan. Cheers.
Cheers.